When girls slide into Wode's DMs, do you like see them? Does he show you?
No, he just tells me.
He tells you. When guys slide into yours, do you tell him?
When we are together,
Yeah.
we'll show each other. But when we are apart, he'll just tell me. Maybe he'll send me a screenshot like,
Yeah.
check this girl out, you know?
Yeah. Hello, you guys. This is like one of my most exciting link ups. I'm actually really excited about. Everyone always comes on my channel like, you need to interview this person, this person, this person, like telling you who to interview, you know, telling you who to kick it with. And you've been like one of the people from the beginning where people are like, oh my God, like we need Miss Trudy. We need Miss Trudy.
Oh, wow. I'm
Yes.
humbled. I'm so humbled and I'm so happy to be here. Thanks for having me.
Thank you for DMing me back. You're like, are you the most popular YouTuber in Kenya?
Among, I wouldn't say I'm the most, but I'm among them.
Who's higher?
Oh wow, we have celebrities.
But celebrities are celebrities though. They're not like YouTubers.
Mm-hmm.
So as far as like YouTubers, you know,
we have celebrities who have become YouTubers. People like them.
How does that work?
Like, I don't know. Guys discover that they can get an income from YouTube as well. So they got into YouTube. And yeah.
Take it from there. So what started your YouTube journey?
I got fired from my job. I used to work in a supermarket. I used to do promotions. Promotions is a job where you stand in a supermarket from morning to evening selling a product.
I know those girls. So like
Yeah.
when you're in like the like toothpaste aisle.
So I was those girls.
Yeah.
And I thought that was it for me. And I wanted to be promoted to someone called a merchandiser. These are guys who come, clean the shelves, put new products and leave. Because in my mind I thought at least they come and go. They don't have to stand here the whole day.
Yeah.
So I really wanted to be that. And then just when I thought I was gonna be promoted to that, I got fired.
Damn, you got fired. We both got fired, sis. It's okay. That's a blessing. So what made you like, after you got fired, what made you like, okay, I want to do YouTube though, out of all things?
After I got fired, I was home depressed for like 3 months. I used to, wake up, cry, because I was fired unfairly, and I was like, God, what did I do to deserve
I know
this?
the feelings.
Like I was giving my work my best. I had done it for 3 years. It got to a point where my legs started swelling. And just when I knew I was gonna get promoted, all this happened. I couldn't believe it. I was in shock. I used to cry.
So why did they say they fired you?
So the owner of the company came to the supermarket and I sold what I was selling to him, and he was so impressed and he decided I need to be promoted. But my immediate boss didn't like it because I wasn't befriending her, So she wanted girls to befriend her so that they'd be promoted. But I was just doing my own thing.
No.
So she's like, so you think you're just gonna get promoted like that? You have to go through me. So she went and lied. I wasn't going to work on time. I wasn't doing a good job. Sometimes I wouldn't even show up, and the owner of the company couldn't even believe it. So he had to let me go. So yeah.
Haters. I hope she's watching this now and she sees.
So then I was home, after being home depressed for like 3 months, I discovered YouTube, And then I saw people are making music on YouTube. I was like, okay. And then the more I watched, one day I bumped into a vlog and I couldn't believe it. Guys were making videos on YouTube, And then after that, I discovered that even Kenyans were doing that, and I was like, what? You mean even Kenyans are doing this? Yeah. So I decided to try.
How many years ago was this?
This is my 4th year on YouTube.
4th year on YouTube. So how long did it take for you to hit like 1,000 subscribers?
Oh, maybe 2 years. Was it 2 years or one?
Okay. And then now you just celebrated 300,000.
Yeah.
Wow. Congrats,
Thank
girl.
you.
So when you first did YouTube, what was like your vlogs about? If you were fired, like you're just sitting at home for the most part, like what did you even vlog?
Exactly. I didn't even know what I was doing. I used to go on YouTube and I'd see someone dyed their hair and got 1 million views, and I'd be like, oh yeah. Then I dye my hair. I'd see another cooking video and then be like, oh my gosh, I should try cooking, and I try cooking. Whatever I saw on YouTube is what I tried.
Yeah.
And then for a while, and then there's this mall which is now the biggest mall in East and Central Africa. It's called Two Rivers. It was launched, and I went and I did a video about it. And for the first time, I had a video that hit 500 views. And I was like, oh my God, I was so happy. And my brother was like, you see, so this is the type of content you're supposed to be doing. Go out and show places. I was like, okay. So now after that, I just started going to, hotels, Nairobi city, just walking, showing people different places.
Yeah.
And I did that for so long.
So long.
Yeah.
How long did it take for you to hit 100,000?
Oh wow. Maybe was it 2 years, 2 or 3 years?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What would you say? So some people are like, "Oh, I'm a travel vlogger. Like, what's your brand exactly?"
I'm a travel and lifestyle content creator.
Yeah. You know what's really crazy to me? So right now, half of my subs are like Western countries, like U.S., Great Britain, Canada, and stuff, and then the other half is like Kenyan, predominantly, with like a sprinkle of Ghana in there. And Kenyan views make less money.
That's true. So true, yeah.
What do you think? Like, do you think that's ever going to change, or like, why do you think it is that YouTube does that? Because there could be like, I don't know your demographic. Like, what is the breakdown of your demographic of your followers? If you looked at that.
Yes, I have. I have the US, the UK, Kenya, then Ghana.
Then Ghana.
Ghana, then Kenya.
So mainly your followers are from the US.
Yeah.
What do you think makes that the case, like predominantly? So for me, I can say like, I talk a lot about African Americans moving from the United States to Africa. So many African Americans in the US want to follow me. But what do you think it is about your page that's like attracting US people as well in like other countries?
I think when I started traveling, moving around Nairobi, we had Kenyans abroad who wanted to keep up with what's going on at home. So when they type Nairobi, I pop up and they see this girl showing new restaurants, new hangout joints. So, they started subscribing.
Okay, yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah. And then when I started traveling around Africa, now you have other Africans who want to keep up with what is going on in their country. So when they search, they find me, and then, I think that's how.
Before YouTube, did you like travel a lot?
No. I was broke. I didn't have any money.
Yeah.
I couldn't even afford to leave Nairobi,
Yeah. I don't want to pocket watch. I'm not going to go into your pockets. I just want you to say true or false or maybe. One of my followers like left me this long comment like, "Oh, you just need to keep hustling, blah, blah, blah." Miss Trudy is like the highest paid YouTuber in Kenya. She makes like $5,000 a month. Is that like, not really, or maybe more?
I don't know if I am the highest paid. And then again, YouTube salary is not
flat,
and it's not. You don't make the same amount of money every month.
No.
Depends on how hard you work. Depends on how many views you make.
Yeah.
So it really varies.
Do you feel like you make a great living off YouTube?
Oh,
Definitely. It's worth the work.
Oh my goodness.
What do you see? Because sometimes when I'm like doing YouTube and I talk to my parents about it, they're just like, well, YouTube has no retirement plan. YouTube doesn't have, like a 401k or things that are going to take care of you when you get old and you stop YouTubing. Like, what do you see for your future? Or like when you have kids and a family, like, do you plan on being like YouTubing your whole life?
Well, that's a great point, and it has some truth in it. Well, what I'd say is when you still can, you need to use what you make on YouTube to make investments for yourself. Personally, I am into real estate, so money I make in YouTube, I also invest in houses, and that's my backup plan. In case you wake up one morning and there's no YouTube, well, I have my real estate I can live off of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Where did you meet Rode?
Oh wow, I met him 3 years ago in Ethiopia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that the love of your life?
Awadumaya is the love of my life. He's my everything.
Oh. When's the wedding?
This year.
This year,
yeah.
Okay. Is there an invite for me?
Oh yeah, welcome. Are you gonna be in Kenya?
I'll make sure I come to Kenya. Okay. How do you think that he's like affected your trajectory on YouTube? Like, what before you met him? Like, do you feel like you were doing something a little different, or like, I don't know where you were in your YouTube journey when you guys met?
Well, Awadumaya is just an angel, as in God sent him to save me. I don't want you to see myself, Trudy, stop exaggerating. But honestly, just before I met Maya, I was so depressed. I had been doing YouTube for 1 year, and I wanted to give up. I was tired because I wasn't making enough money. And, guys are like, what are you doing with your life? Even,
girl, I'm dealing with that now.
I know,
your
right?
parents are like, get a real job,
exactly,
you
like,
loser.
get
You're
serious,
like, You're like, just give me time. I just need one video. You just really need one video. Yeah. But yeah, he met you, and then
so I really didn't know what I was doing. What I've always told myself is I never want to be employed. In my mind, I'm like, I always want to be self-employed. You know, in Kenya, there's this habit where you meet people and they're like, so what do you do? What are you up to? Do you have a job? And I'd be like, no. They go, don't worry, God will come through for you. I'm like, no.
I don't want a job.
You know. So I was so lost because I don't want a job. And then the what I'm doing is not even giving me money. What am I gonna do? I have friends who are now in school, or then back then were in school, and others who are working, and it's like, what am I doing with my life?
Mm-hmm.
And I was so depressed, and I used to pray. And then that's around about the time when I got this guy. I saw a DM from a guy called Udemaya, and I'm like, who's this guy? You know?
Oh, he slid into the DMs, girl. You must have been looking good. No, and by this time, did he have, like, he was doing well on YouTube?
He had 90,000 subscribers.
90,000. Okay, so you're like,
like, who's this guy?
Who's this Ghanaian guy?
Yeah, I didn't even know he was Ghanaian. He said he was in China and he was coming to Kenya to create content, and he wants to link up. He's seen my content on YouTube. And I'm like, oh, you know, like, come on now. Like,
I saw your content.
No.
I'm kidding.
At that time, I was like, you know, so I responded. And when I was responding, it was 3 months late, so he had already left the country.
Oh, damn, so, girl, you left him on red.
Yeah. I hadn't seen it. Seen it. So then, I told him, I'm sorry, I'm seeing it now. He's like, yeah, it's okay. About 3 weeks later, maybe he's like, oh, I'm going to Ethiopia. Do you want to come? We can create content. And at that time, I'm so depressed. I'm like, just leave me alone, man.
Yeah.
Like, just leave me alone. And something told me, Trudy, what do you have to lose? After working for so long, all my life, I had about $400. That's what I had saved for myself. So something told me, just take the risk. Just take the risk. And oh my God, that's the best decision I've made in my entire life.
Yeah, take the risk, ladies.
Because I went to Ethiopia.
Was he like, oh, let me fly you out?
No. I used my own money.
Yeah.
$250 was the return ticket to Ethiopia at that time. So I was like, okay, we're going to survive on $150. I don't know how, but I'm going to take the risk.
Did you guys like stay together or stay separately? Dang, so you literally, it was just a separate trip.
Yeah.
And then Sparks flew.
Well, honestly, I didn't see him like that. I was just going to meet this guy and just take a risk. Let's see what you're going to do, because it was my last resort. Like, yeah. It was this, or next thing was just giving up. So I was like, let's see. So I went and met him, and he taught me everything I know about YouTube. He taught me how to make money on YouTube, because he was like, how many times you upload in a week? I was like, once or twice. And I was like, oh, do you have another job? I said, no. So he's like, oh, so you don't have another job and you upload once or twice a week. How many times do people go to work? I was like,
damn.
Every 6 days or 7 days a week.
Damn.
Like, oh, so this is your work, and you go twice a week and you expect to see results.
Damn.
I was like, yeah, I guess.
I feel red myself a little. I feel a little red.
That's how I felt.
And yeah, that's true though. But sometimes do you feel like over uploading is bad?
I don't think so.
No?
Because when you upload more, you make more money, you make more subscribers. What's bad about that?
I just be feeling like I don't want to do too much. Or like people get tired, like, damn, this bitch is uploading again. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I can't even watch the last video.
I think they'd be like, oh my gosh, she's put it up again. Let's watch.
Yeah. Man, maybe I gotta change my mind thinking the way I'm thinking.
You should.
Dang, so he told you, get to work.
Yeah, so I was like, oh my gosh, then it means I need to work harder.
Yeah.
And after that, I did everything he told me. And I made $1,000 on YouTube for the very first time. And I was shocked. I couldn't believe it. That's the least I've ever made since then. And yeah, thanks to him. So I just kept implementing.
Girl, that is a blessing. Yeah, that's cool as fuck. How do you think that you've helped him?
Well, I have grounded him. I know for sure I have grounded him. And what else does he tell me I do for him?
But you know, I think that couples aesthetic, people on YouTube really like couples. I think couples do really well. So I think even like the, oh my God, the love aspect, or like that kind of helps him as well. You know what I'm saying? Like gives him more likability. Like, oh my God, look at their wedding plans. Oh, that type of thing, you know? So I feel like YouTube collabing with a boyfriend is like a good thing, you know?
Yeah.
Have you guys ever thought, you know, those couples who share channels?
Yeah, we've thought of that before, but it wouldn't work for us because we're in different countries.
Yeah, I think it's actually really bad when people do that. I would never hope this on you guys because it's like when you break up, then what? Like then they're fighting over like who takes the channel.
And one person has to start from scratch.
Yeah, someone else has
and
to
it would
start
be
from
so
scratch.
unfair because both of you put in the work.
Exactly.
So
Yeah, it gets messy. It's so weird. So you started traveling after you kind of obviously get like that income from doing YouTube here in Kenya. What is the most favorite country, otherwise Kenya and Ghana, that you visited in Africa?
That's hard to answer because every country has something special to offer.
Yeah.
South Africa is so developed. It's the most developed country I've been to in Africa. Nigeria. Oh man, I love how they speak. I love their pigeon. I love their clothes. I love their music. Their food is also really nice. Sierra Leone has like natural beauty. Wow, that country is something else. Liberia, I just fell in love with the country. I can't even put a finger on it.
Dang, girl, where have you
It's
not
crazy.
been? Have you been to Egypt?
Egypt, no.
Yeah, that's good.
We haven't explored northern Kenya.
Good,
as much.
don't.
Why?
I think that should be last because it's not really like, I don't want to say there's no real way to be African, but it's just very like different.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's important for people to visit like the southern and central area first versus like Morocco and like Algeria and stuff. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, I really like that. So no, but if you had to choose to live somewhere, so like for you and whether like your future or whatever, or like just your future, where do you plan on settling? Like
we'll be back and forth, Kenya and Ghana.
Kenya and Ghana.
Yeah.
I love that for you. Yeah. Is your dad like sad when you leave?
Oh yeah, because I'm the only girl and I don't have a mom.
Yeah.
So, I'm the only girl in the family. And I love my dad so much. He's my
Yeah.
only parent left. But we'll make it work out. He'll be coming with me to Ghana, and also I won't be going for a long time. So I'll be back and forth so he doesn't have to be so lonely.
Yeah. Do you have a lot of friends here?
Not really.
Why?
I don't know.
I'm gonna pause it really quick. Ashley, do you have like a lot of friends, like girlfriends here?
Not really. I don't have many friends.
Did you have a lot of friends before you started YouTubing?
When I was, back then I used to have so many friends.
What happened? Life happens.
Yeah, you know how they say life happens.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then also my friends, some of them have gotten married. Some of them have left the country, Some of my closest friends live in the US and in the UK. Now they're mothers. So, you don't see each other often. Some of my friends here in Kenya do go to 9-to-5 jobs. So, so when they're busy, I'm free. When I'm free, they're busy. But once in a while, you try to link up.
You link up. Have you traveled with any friends? Because mostly when I see you traveling, it's either like by yourself or with Rode. Like, who do you travel with?
You're right. I don't travel with my friends as much.
Yeah. Do you ever feel lonely?
Oh yeah. Lonely a lot. Yeah.
Yeah. I've felt that way too. It's really, I find like a lot of comfortability in honestly my subscribers. Like, have you like made friends online from your YouTube?
Made friends online, but then sometimes you feel like you can't even trust your subscribers because when things go wrong, the same people who you love so much, they are on your case, and it's like, you guys believe that?
Yeah.
You wanna believe what this guy said? It's not true. You don't even have to defend myself. I thought you guys know me. Okay, I guess you guys don't know me. Okay, fine.
It's fickle. Like, it's up and down. It can be fickle. I saw that you traveled to the US. Mm-hmm. How was that?
Fantastic.
Yeah? Where did you go exactly? I think California?
I've been to the US twice.
Okay.
Last year and this year. I've been to New York, California, Arizona, and Washington, D.C.
Wow, okay. I'm from Washington, D.C.
Yeah, I had when you say that. I was like,
I'm from DC.
What? Washington, D.C. is my favorite place in the U.S.
Really?
Yeah, I just love how it looks like.
It's very clean.
Yeah.
But if you notice, they don't have a lot of tall buildings.
That's what I love about it.
Yeah. So for security reasons, they can't have tall buildings because of terrorism. Mm-hmm. So that's one thing that I love about Nairobi. There's so many tall buildings.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I love it. And it's very green in Nairobi versus in DC. There's not really that much like greenery. Mm-hmm. But DC is a very clean city and like quiet. Like,
I love the way the buildings look too.
Yeah.
It's like they can tell a story.
Yeah, everything is really historical.
Yeah, and I don't know. It's not as hot as Arizona, and it's not as busy as New York.
Yeah.
I just love the place.
New York is like dirty to me.
Yeah, there's some truth
I do not like it. Would you want to move to the US?
No.
No. Do you have any desire to like, because I know a lot of Kenyans who I've interacted with, like, oh, I want to move to Britain, I want to move to the United States, I want to move to Canada. Like, you don't have any desire to live in the West.
No, I'd love to visit, and even London. I've always wanted to go to London, but then moving there, that's not for me.
Do you think it's because like you have a comfortable income, or even if you were just like making whatever, you still probably wouldn't want to go?
My heart is in Africa. That's number one. And then I've been to the US. I see how people live, and I'm like, oh, I think I'd rather go back to Kenya. US is definitely more developed than Kenya, and they are ahead in very many things. And then maybe it's also about the income, you know.
Yeah.
With my kind of job, it's more profitable when you're in Africa. So
yeah, it is. It really is. What did you go to school for? If you weren't doing YouTube, what would be like your ultimate job?
I did mass communication in university. Yeah, kind of journalism. But I've always wanted to be an actor. I've gone to auditions before and I failed miserably. So I don't know.
What are some things that you like try to work to bring awareness to here in Kenya? Like with your platform, like positively?
Well, on my platform, I love to say that nothing is impossible. I just try to inspire and encourage people that you can do whatever you set your mind on. Because sometimes, you know, because of where we have grown and because of our environment, it's hard to believe that you have a great future, you know, and you see so many limits. But I just love to tell people on my channel, that's my slogan, that nothing is impossible. If you believe, there's nowhere you can't go, there's nothing you can't do, and there's no one you can't be.
Yeah. I feel like there's certain things though, like a lot of people have told me that it's like even if you work hard, you do this, you do that, like, and it's just an African problem in a lot of countries, like the underemployment, like the corruption, or like difficulties getting a job here in Nairobi, like getting certain jobs because of like tribalism or like nepotism and things like that. Like, do you believe that that's true or kind of like overstated?
I think it's very true, you know, it's very true. Just because that's what my dad was telling me, you know, just because you do YouTube, you know, doesn't mean that what these other issues in the society don't exist, you know. Thank God I don't face that, but I know many of my friends who face that. It's so real. Everything you said, it's so real. It's a struggle. There are no jobs. You know, some people are very tribalistic, and it's hard. Life in Nairobi can be hard. You know.
What is your tribe?
Half Kikuyu, half Luo.
Half Kikuyu, half Luo. Okay, that's a vibe.
Yeah, my mom is from Kirinyaga. My dad is from Siaya.
Yeah, it's like intermarrying with tribes like common here, because I don't really meet people who are like half and half a lot.
Now things are starting to pick up, but when I was a child, it was extremely rare. You'd meet people and they're like, you know, what tribe are you? And I'd say Kikuyu Luo. They'd be like, how? Yeah. Where did your parents meet? You know, how did they? You know, but now as the time is going, you know, you have more people.
Changes, yeah. So you're gonna have a Kikuyu Luo Ghanaian baby. Oh, that is so cute. What is your favorite city in Kenya and why?
Nairobi. It's weird. I love quiet, silent places, but maybe it's because I'm born and raised in Nairobi. I wouldn't want to have it any other way. Yeah, I hate Nairobi and I love it at the same time.
What do you hate about Nairobi?
Robbery.
I don't think that robbery is as common in Nairobi as people make it seem. Really? Am I just living in a dream world?
Yeah, well, it depends. You know, my phone has been snatched before, and I also hear stories of people's phones being snatched. You know, I don't like it.
Yeah,
it's so annoying.
The safety aspect. What are some things that you love about Nairobi?
Our matatu culture, our sheng, our slang, our food. Yeah.
When you leave, like, what is the amount of time to where you're like, oh, okay, it's ready. I'm time to go back to Nairobi, kind of.
Oh, this time when I just left, I was away for 3 months, 2 months in the US, 1 month in Ghana. Oh my god.
Oh, that's long.
Yeah, I was
Yeah, that's
missing
long.
Kenya so much. I was missing my dad and it's like I've gotta go home. I don't think I've ever been
Yeah.
so homesick, you know.
The food in Ghana is A1.
Yeah.
A1 bar
You
one.
been there?
Yeah, I lived in Ghana for a while. I lived in Accra. Yeah.
Are you serious?
My ex is Ghanaian. I hate
my
him
God.
very much. I do not fuck with him anymore. But I hope you're watching this. I'm just kidding. I did a lot of like educational philanthropy, so I like helped build a school in Ghana. I was living there with my ex, and it was a vibe. Like, I love Accra. I love the food. I love the people. West Africa and East Africa are very different, though.
That's so true.
Like, so different. So like when I came to Kenya, it was actually really hard for me to adjust to the people. What are some differences? I'm not even going to say what I've experienced, but what are some kind of like people differences that you see when like you're dealing kind of with like people and culture in West Africa compared to like here?
Number one, West Africans are so respectful, you know.
Respectful?
Yeah. The please all the time.
East Africans?
West Africans.
I think it's backwards. I
Really?
think they're respectful here.
No, here guys don't say please, how are you? Please,
to me,
madam,
yes.
please.
Maybe it's different. I experienced
Kenya.
that.
You can't compare Kenya and Ghana. When it comes to please everything, please, you say, what is this now? That's something I even talked to Maya about, and I laughed so hard about it. It's like, everything, please, madam, please.
Oh my God, that's how I feel about here. Maybe people talk to me different.
Oh, yeah.
Because I'm an expat. But it's always like the pull it. Oh, please, pull it. Like,
then you've met the good Kenyans, and that's a good thing. That's a good thing.
I feel like Kenyans are so polite. I feel like they're ruder, not ruder, but just more like straightforward in Accra. Like more aggressive with the tone, more like straightforward, more.
Wow.
Yeah.
How long did you live in Ghana?
For like a year.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah. For the most part. I don't really know. That's so interesting.
Because
yeah,
as far as I'm concerned, West Africans are so respectful. Even the first time I went to Ghana, in Nigeria, I was just being me, and I was being told, you have to say please. You don't just say how are you. You have to say please how are you. And I'm like, what? Please how are you? What is please how are you?
That is so funny how
please
people have
everything,
like,
and I was like,
yeah.
And guys thought I was so rude, and they had to explain to them that I'm sorry, but in Kenya we don't say please before we say everything. So,
yeah. What about the food? What's your favorite Ghanaian dish?
I'm torn between jollof and fried rice. What's yours?
Wache.
Oh yeah, wache is also really good.
You gotta have wache, girl. Oh, that's what I miss so much. Like, Kenyan street food is cool, but I feel like Ghanaian street food is just like unmatched. So I did like a whole segment, you guys, and then realized that my phone cut off, which is why I hate using my back camera. I have to use my front camera. So a lot of the things that I wanted to talk about, we talked about in the video that she's going to post. So I'm just going to kind of like do a quick little wrap up of our video here. So it's not like repetitive on both channels, right? So what was it like growing up for you here in your knowledge of like the African American experience?
Okay, first of all, it's crazy, but growing up, I used to think, so stupid, I'm embarrassed to say it.
Don't be embarrassed.
But I used to think that the world is Kenya, because I had never thought of, I think I just had a small mind, so I thought the world is Kenya.
Yeah.
And then you realize, oh no, there's Africa, and then there's America.
Yeah.
Because that's when you go to school, you learn a lot from your school. But before I went to school, or when I was much younger, that's all I thought about, and I realized that the world is so big. And then now when I came of age and I started traveling, I learned that, apart from the world being made up of all these places have their own way of life, different cultures. Yeah.
What type of history did you guys really learn here? Like, did you learn about United States history or like African Americans or Africans in other places throughout the world?
Well, we learned about African history mostly. And then what we learned about African Americans is that they were taken as slaves, and that's about it.
Yeah.
That's about it. That, when during colonization, the whole process, and then, some of us were taken away as slaves. That's about it. From there, the story cuts. For me, nothing much.
I felt like a lot of parents, a lot of African parents that I've heard stories about kind of like push this like be successful, try to go to school in the West if you can, you know, try to leave almost for a better life. Like, did your parents kind of like push that idea on you, or did you feel like people kind of pressured you to leave?
Well, that's so true. Many African parents want their kids to go and study abroad because they believe that's now making it. You know, going and studying in the US. Parents are proud to say that, you know, my child is in America. It's a big deal, and you get so much respect. America or Europe, something in the diaspora.
Yeah. A lot of Kenyan I know have like applied to leave. Is that something that you have wanted to do? Like to get access or visa to like Canada or United States or like Britain?
I always wanted to travel and see what it looks like, but staying there has never been my thing. You know, I always wanted to go and see what is this great thing about America that guys talk about. What is this thing about Europe that guys talk about? But then East or West, I'll always come back home. And
You'll always
Africa
come back
is
home.
home for me.
Yeah. What do you suggest to people? Because, you know, we're pushing Africa, Africa's beauty, traveling. It is not cheap to travel in Africa. Accommodations are not cheap. It's almost like they're trying to make it hard for Africans to see each other, essentially. Like, what would you suggest, like, travel tips for Africans wanting to travel Africa? Or, like, countries that you can see are kind of, like, friendly with the shilling, like, cheaper or more expensive?
Well, I can only speak for what has worked for me. What I usually do, honestly, when I'm booking a flight, I go for the cheapest. You know, whenever, yes, I fly economy, and all the times you've seen me flying economy or first class, it's a paid trip. You know, when you're working with companies, like I'm blessed to be working with an amazing company called KE International, and it's a company that sponsors my trip to the US. They treat me like a boss. Whenever I'm going to America, they give me business,
Boss
they
chick.
pay business, you know. I stay in the best hotels. It's
Yeah.
crazy. They're just the best, you know.
What are you doing in America that makes, like, what are you doing when you get there?
Well, I'm working with a Kenyan billionaire,
Okay.
and he's building a city in Western Kenya.
What's it called?
Mwale Medical and Technology City.
Oh my God. One of my subscribers told me to go visit there. Is it on the way to Mombasa?
No. Opposite direction. Kisumu.
Oh, never mind.
Just past Kisumu.
Somebody told me to go visit Technology City. What is there?
Oh man, the future is there for sure. The future is there.
I mean, what is like the goal? What is it?
So this billionaire, he wants to change the lives of the people. He's born in Butere and raised there. Okay. Butere is a town just from after Kisumu, not so far away from Kisumu. And now he's a billionaire, and he's living in the States, but he wants to change the lives of his people here in Kenya.
What is he building there that he couldn't just build in Nairobi?
A city. Nairobi is already a city. It's already developed. But
well, what's going to be in that city that's not here?
Better services. It's a medical and technology city, so they have the biggest hospital in Africa, and they have modern equipment. So, you know, people in the village, there are people who are really, really poor, and they can't afford some services.
Yeah.
Although there's NHIF, so this city has taken the services to them. You know, they don't have to travel far just to go to hospital. They have a world-class hospital right next to them, and that's MMTC. And it's a whole city. You know, they've got homes, luxury homes. They've got, you know, supermarkets.
Is it like 60% done, 70% done, 20?
I'm not. I can't be very exact, but it's definitely more than 70% done.
Oh wow! So it really is like developed already.
I'm telling you,
girl. When are you gonna take me?
When you wanna go?
I'll go. Yeah.
You haven't been to Kisumu?
I've been to Kisumu.
Oh.
I loved Kisumu. I didn't vlog it though. So I've been to Kisumu, Nanyuki, Naivasha, Watamu, Malindi, Diani.
Wow, you've been to so many places.
Yeah, but I don't vlog.
Why?
I don't know. I just started vlogging. You know, vlogging takes way more work than interviews. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I don't really get to live in the moment.
I guess.
So like if I go to Kisumu again, I'll vlog because I've lived it. But you know, when you're vlogging, you're like, like.
It's true. Sometimes I've vlogged so much, I feel like I didn't even get to enjoy much because I was just trying to capture everything on camera.
It's working. So yeah, you're like literally working. It's not a vacation.
Yeah.
So that's the only thing. Yeah, the one thing I do want to do is go to the north, to the Tea region, in the desert in the north. I have not been.
I've been there. It's so beautiful.
Yeah.
Chabi Desert. Oh man.
What are your favorite activities to do in Kenya? So you know how like safari, beach, like what is just something that you're like really into doing?
So there's a lot to do in Kenya. However, one of my favorite things to do is traveling to these communities, like interior communities. You know, Kenya has about 46 tribes, and each tribe has their own culture. It's crazy. It's so beautiful. So I love going to these cultures. Like I went to Turkana, and you have the Turkana people. You have the El Molo, and this tribe has only, was it 89 people left in the whole world. So, you know, they're so few and they're encouraged to, you know, get to multiply.
Yeah.
Exactly. So, you know, being with such tribes, it's so unique. So I love to show different tribes and their way of life. It's
crazy that Kenya has 46 tribes because it's like all you really hear about is like Luo, Luya, Kikuyu.
Because they are the most popular and the loudest.
Yeah, you know, like you don't really hear about other tribes. Are you into safaris?
Yes. I've done so many. I'm honestly getting tired.
Yeah, it's kind of boring after a while, right?
Yeah.
Who is your favorite Kenyan music artist?
Oh, wow. There's Calligraph Jones. There is Otile Brown. Do you know these people?
I've heard the names. I don't really listen to the music, to be honest.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. Do you ever think that Kenya's music scene will be on the same level as West African Afrobeats? Or South African Amapiano?
Maybe one day. I hope so. But it's crazy. Like them, they're just on their own level, you know? And sometimes you listen to the music that Kenyans are producing and you're like, hey.
Where do you get your clothes from here? Are you like one of the people who like order out a lot and like get it mailed in like from other places? Like what are your favorite? How do you shop like around Nairobi?
Whenever I travel, I shop. Like this outfit, I got it in Ghana. When I was in the US, I shopped a lot. When I'm in Nairobi also sometimes I shop. But sometimes I find that I have so many new clothes that I bought when I was away. So I'm just wearing what I had.
Yeah.
But when I'm in Kenya, when it comes to shopping, I love LC Waikiki. And sometimes I go to the market, like Toy Market in Adams. I don't know if you know the place.
Yeah, Toy Market. Like used clothes kind of.
Yeah.
I live near there. Yeah, I live near Toy. It's a vibe. When I first got here, I was so stupid, and I bought everything from like Sarit Center and like around the Westlands, like $200 rugs, girl.
What?
Like, girl, $200 rugs from Sarit Center. I just like I didn't know the streets. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get what you mean. But is it also that expensive in the US?
Around there, yeah. It was American prices. And they were like, oh, these are Turkish rugs. Like, I'm just stupid.
I get what you mean. I think it's really important to know, you know, places and people. Because again, even if you go to the market and they hear your accent, they'll be like, ooh.
Exactly.
She's not Kenyan. And then now they'll think of how they're going to rip you off.
Exactly.
So it's good to go out to the Kenyan.
Yeah.
So they'll speak their Swahili. They know the prices.
Yeah. Okay, I'm going to name a country and you tell me one thing that shocked you when you got to that country. Nigeria.
Language.
What about it?
The way they speak the pidgin. I thought that is usually just for the movies. Wait till they say now, come now. You know, I thought that's just for TV. But then it's their life. I was shocked.
Yeah. Uganda. What has been one of the biggest challenges being in your position as a YouTuber that you have faced? Like, what is something that's just like challenging for you?
Well, sometimes you just want to do better and you don't feel like you're up to standard.
Yeah. So it's like a race against yourself, almost.
Exactly, yeah.
Like there's no like end goal.
Well, it's like I want to be the truest and highest version of myself, but then sometimes I feel like I fall short.
Yeah.
Every day, and I'm trying to be that, but then I'm not, and it's just working towards that constantly.
Do you feel like you're going to YouTube forever?
Nah, definitely gonna stop at some point. You know, I used to say that, yeah, I'm just gonna YouTube until, you know, I get old. But then honestly, common sense, you need to think. Things are changing.
Yeah, you could do like family YouTube.
Yeah, maybe.
You know, I feel like when you do YouTube, people get invested in your story. So like, I'm sure there's people who are like invested in y'all's relationship. Totally. You know what I'm saying? All right, this has really been a vibe. Thanks for hitting me up. This has been really fun. I hope that I'm what you expected. I hope that
you actually surpassed my expectations.
Really?
Yeah.
You go, girl. Yeah, so thank you so much for all that you do.
Thank you.
You're like one of my YouTube, what am I trying to say? Inspos.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, so it's been a really big vibe. If you guys are not subscribed to her already, please do. And yeah, thank you guys. Hopefully we can collab and do something.
That would be amazing.
You need to take me to Technology City.
Yeah, we need to go places.
All right, next time I see you guys, we'll be in Technology City.